Hi all and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're all doing okay. Right, I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible because I think I've got a really interesting and varied mix of gossip to bring you today. Yes, I'm not going to disappoint you. There is Las Vegas news. So we're going to get right into it. First of all, starting with Fernando Alonso, because he has claimed that Lewis Hamilton's performances are motivating him to perform better. Speaking to GQ, Alonso said, "We have different personalities and motivations. Lewis always did really well to stay focused and competitive in the periods of his life when he didn't have a competitive package. Those periods weren't many, but he was always performing to a high level. Now, he's not having the best car, Red Bull is dominating, but he's still fighting, always. He's chasing Sergio Perez in P2, and he's never given up. It motivates all of us to see how Lewis keeps the motivation after winning so many titles." It's quite interesting from Fernando. Fair play to him. Right, moving on to Christian Horner now. He's advised Sergio Perez to stop looking at Max Verstappen's performances as he looks to become more consistent. Horner said, "When you're looking at the data of what Max is doing, you've only got to look at a race like Japan. The very first lap that Max does out of the pits is 2 seconds quicker than the rest of the field. And you are looking at that data and you are thinking, how has he done that? And so often that will happen. The problem is for Checo, he's trying to compare himself to Max, and what he needs to do is forget about Max. He needs to just focus on himself. Don't even look at his data, just focus on being the best you can be. As we saw earlier in the year, sometimes that can be good enough." And that's, we've already talked about this on my videos, on comments on this channel, what we thought Sergio Perez, what his issues were. And it seems like finally Christian Horner's noticed that as well. But it's a shame they didn't tell him earlier on in the year. But yeah, very interesting stuff. Moving on to Toto Wolf, because he's addressed his team's struggles in Brazil ahead of this weekend's Las Vegas Grand Prix. Wolf said, "Brazil was probably our most difficult weekend of the season. After good performances in the US and Mexico, we didn't perform at our best in Brazil. We have been hard at work to identify the wrong turn we took with the setup. We have done so that we understand our mistakes and can explain our performance loss to the field. That's important as we look to secure P2 in the Constructors' Championship." And then we're moving on to Haas. Sorry if I'm rushing through this, but I don't want the video to be too long. But this is interesting. Haas will be running their two drivers on different specifications of the VF23 in Las Vegas this weekend, with Nico Hülkenberg returning to the pre-updated car. Steiner said, "The main drive behind this was Nico feels that for him, the old spec suits him better, and Kevin is the opposite. We've opted to give them what they want. We have 2 races to go and nothing to lose. So we've tried to do what we can. We could discuss gathering data, but we've got enough data. It's a decision based on what each driver likes more than anything else. It puts them in a comfortable position so that they are as happy as they can be with the car they have." And I like this. I really do like this. They've got nothing to lose, like they said. Let's try something and see if it works. And it just goes to show that cars aren't always built to cater for both drivers in a team. You know what I mean? It's clear there that Nico prefers the older spec, whereas Magnussen prefers the newer spec. So maybe that's a direction next year and they can set it up differently for each driver. I don't know, but that's interesting. I like that. And we're on to Las Vegas chat already, believe it or not. And again, this is quite interesting. And the final bit of news I've got to bring you was late in this evening. So, right, with Las Vegas being a new street circuit, which will take in the famous Las Vegas Strip, it has been described as a key milestone in Liberty Media's ownership of F1 since taking control of the sport in 2017. Long-serving Chief Executive Ecclestone was removed shortly after the completion of Liberty Media's takeover. Ecclestone has claimed he has no appetite for this weekend's race. He told Dutch publication NOS, "I'm not really looking forward to it. Why not? It has nothing to do with Formula One." Ecclestone, credited for taking the sport to new markets including Bahrain, China and Singapore, also expressed his pride that F1 continues to expand to different parts of the world. The F1 2024 calendar includes a record 24 races, with China returning for the first time since 2019. And finally, this is still about the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and let me just read it to you, and I'll give you my thoughts quickly at the end. Right, so former racing driver Willie T. Ribbs believes that celebrities will outnumber genuine fans at this weekend's Las Vegas Grand Prix, which is set to welcome a huge number of A-list names. Ribbs said, "It is going to be mega. I would not be shocked if King Charles showed up. I would not be shocked because the A-list is going to be insane. You're going to be bumping into more celebrities and sports stars than you will fans. Without any hyperbole, it will be the biggest race in racing history. That encompasses everything, the most talked about and the most glamorous." There you have it. Again, I when I first read that, I thought, he was saying that this is going to be a problem because it's more of a celebrity event. But to turn that around now and make out like it's the most talked about and the most glamorous, this is not what it's about. I wish Liberty Media would get this through to their heads. Yes, they're making loads of money out of it. They wouldn't be doing it if they weren't going to make loads of money out of it. But this is the wrong direction for this sport. It's just pointless. It's absolutely pointless. Hey, maybe I've got it wrong. Am I missing something? If you think I am or whatever, please do let me know. And again, if you do like my videos, please like and subscribe and press the notification bell, so that way you can get plenty of warning of my future uploads. Whether they're good or bad, I don't know. You decide that. But yeah, please feel free to comment and let me know what you think of this whole Vegas thing. And until the next time, take care.